Think that I just cold emailed people and then invited them to my podcast and then they came and then they delivered value bombs? It doesn't happen like that. I mean, you have to build a relationship with them for a long time. Keep watching this video to know more about this. Welcome back. And so this time we have podcasting as one of our topics, and I asked on LDM to submit your questions which you have regarding podcasting. As you know that I started a podcast recently, the Current Parvani Show, and it already has 500 downloads in 1 month. So today we have a lot of questions, and I would like to address them, from the people who have asked them. So, starting with the first question, Aryan Mittal Agarwal asks this question: which platform you're using for setup, and are you using any paid tool for the same? Also, how have you bringing consultants for a podcast? So Aaron, your first part is which platform using? I'm using anchor.fm, anchor.fm to host my podcast. See, anchor.fm is one, it's free and it distributes your podcast automatically to all the major podcast streamers where you can stream a podcast. So my podcast, once it goes to Anchor, now it's Anchor's responsibility to submit it to Spotify, Cast FM, Radio One, and wherever your podcast is, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. So it automatically gets distributed. So people who have the streamers can listen to my episode anywhere, and I don't have to go and manually do it. So this reduces my work and it increases my productivity. I can create more podcasts and I can just distribute, and that gets distributed to other streamers automatically, so I don't have to do that work. All right. And how are you bringing consultants for podcasts? I'll answer this question in detail later in this episode itself, so keep watching for that. uh, Second question is from Yogesh Mane. Yogesh is asking: podcasting versus TikTok, though different concepts, which one will show immediate and booming results? SEO point of view. See, there's nothing immediate in digital stuff. You have to keep patience. Podcasting versus TikTok. I think both trends are going on the same level. So when I say TikTok is kind of a video format. So you can say kind of a video thing is happening there. And podcasting is a different game altogether. It's an audio based thing. And TikTok is just a platform. So TikTok is, of course, we know it's growing. It has already invested a lot of money recently in EduTalk. So TikTok is doing good, and so I think podcasting. I think it has a class. I'm not bringing down TikTok. I have recently made an account and I have made 3 4 videos and I'm testing out as to how it works. But podcast, there's no comparison report. Each one of them has its own advantages. So podcasting, where I mean everyone can listen to your podcast wherever they are, either they're driving or they're gymming. So the level of content consumption increases. But TikTok, you have to see the video and it's around 60 seconds. So they are also limiting your thing. So if I see TikTok here talking about, I think it's more of an edu talk, because you are in Learn Digital Marketing group. You won't make dance videos, you won't make music videos. So there's no comparison. And you said SEO point of view. I think podcasting you can do SEO stuff, but TikTok, I think it's not much, man. If you're not making money out of it, it's not. SEO is already only for the websites and App Store optimization, and Amazon do for that, where you can make money and get returns out of your SEO efforts. Otherwise, podcasting versus TikTok, let's keep them as a separate thing. But what I explained as a different concept: podcasting is the future, audio is the future, and TikTok is just an entertainment platform. You can just see it as for organic. Though organic growth is good there, you can just try it out, test it out for 1 year, 2 years, and you'll find out which one is doing good. But for me, podcasting would remain at the top. It's a class thing, all right. It's a luxury. So when you record a podcast, so you can see Joe Rogan doing it. Joe Rogan is such a good brand. I don't know if he's on TikTok, but Gary Vee is also there on TikTok. So he's doing good. He has a team to do that. Otherwise, I would say go for podcasting, buddy. Podcasting is good. It really gives you boost in your distribution. A lot of people can hear. So yeah, go for this. Right. Next question is from Satya Raju. Satya asks, sorry, how are you in outreaching experts and convincing for an interview? Satya, I answered this question with RN's question, which is how to outreach, at the last section. All right. Santosh Spartan Wow, your name is good, man. It's your Spartan. About choosing the podcast hosting. Again, I told go for Anchor.fm. Anchor is one of the best I've seen ever. I mean, it's a revolution. Spotify acquired Anchor. It's such a good platform. Otherwise, there are many. There are Spreaker. You can go for Spreaker. You can go for Audio Boom. There are Chartable and everything. So where you can upload podcasts, see your statistics, how is it doing, how many downloads you got. So that is an amazing thing to consider, which is using Anchor.fm. I'll just link it in the description. You can just go and make your podcast in 5 minutes and just start recording from your phone, and it will be distributed to all the platforms. All right. I hope I answered the question. uh, Meenal Kulkarni, I wanted to know about hosting. So I recently answered for Santosh. You can just refer to that answer and start your podcast today. Savin Kumar, how you approach high profilers like say Saurav or Gaurav Madan to be a guest on your podcast, and how is your overall experience with the whole podcasting thing and how it is helping you to build your brand? Savin, I answered the first set of question in the last because it is a very important question if you have to interview people. Second is how is it helping? How is the overall experience with the whole podcasting thing and how it is helping you to build your brand? So listen, uh, podcasting is amazing. It's audio. It's like a radio thing. I cannot describe it in words. It's such an amazing, it's a soothing experience. All right. When you listen to podcasts, so there are two sides of it. One is consuming and one is creating. Consuming is where you, even if you're doing any activity, you can consume. You can feed your brain with a lot of good stuff, a lot of value, a lot of important points to consider. So I mean, whenever I am driving, I listen to podcasts. Whenever I am walking or jogging, anything you're doing, you can listen to podcasts and your mind would be feeded with information, knowledge, and a lot of stuff. But I mean, when you say how it is helping you to build your brand, podcasting definitely helps you build your brand if you market it correctly. So that I will talk about later, but it's definitely help to build your brand because people discover you, they listen to your content, and then from there they go to your website, and then the website they come to your YouTube channel. So that way, if podcast can become a central hub like videos, websites. So it's one of the marketing channels to build your personal brand. It's definitely helping me. I've got a lot of people to tell me that your podcast is good. So thank you everyone who told me that. And a lot of people have approached me for an interview. So I have two interviews scheduled to be on their show and give their audience some value. So definitely helps. Just try it out. Go and create your own podcast, market it well, and you definitely go a long way. So Kanta Dadlani asks, what kind of a setup is required to create a podcast? Is it possible to do it from home? Can you please give me an insight on this? So Kanta, I'm doing this podcast thing from home. I'm not going to any Starbucks, cafe, coffee day, though I can go for some high profile interviews. But right now I'm recording it from my home, even my room. All right. So what kind of a setup? I mean, nothing. I mean, for setup, I would definitely tag Minank in this post. He has got some cool podcast and kind of a microphone recently, so he will tell you as to how to set it up. But there's nothing fancy in here. You can just set up, what they say, a tripod, and then if you want to start recording a video and then convert into audio, you can just put your phone and do that. Otherwise, Anchor.fm allows you to record it from your phone itself. So you can just record it, just have a microphone, good microphone, and just be ready with the content and start speaking. And then upload it on Anchor and it will distribute automatically. So there's nothing fancy, but when you're going for, when you become professional podcaster, you need to have a microphone and the filter through it, so it seems like you are doing a professional thing. But right now, when you cannot either afford, or you cannot afford fancy things because you have to create content faster, so you cannot afford perfection. All right, so don't go for perfection right now. Choose a normal setup, have your phone with you with a good microphone, and start speaking. That will give you more confidence. All right, so I hope I answered your question. uh, like so bonus step number one, how to market your podcast. All right. uh, it's very I made a personal branding video recently, and I published it on my YouTube channel where I said that how to scale your personal branding. So one thing is that I invested some amount of money into my podcast, and I advertised it, and it got me amazing results. People have DM me saying that I loved your podcast from the paid ads, and they started following me, and then they went to my website. So through that, you can then distribute your audience to different channels. So do paid ads, or run paid ads to your good episodes or all the episodes. Create a workflow of all the episodes, and then just keep running ads for the same, and you will definitely get more downloads and more listens, and your brand would grow. And second thing is, of course, make a relationship with good people, big followers, influencers, and invite them for your podcast. So this is the next thing I'm coming to, or I'll come to it soon. Three people have asked for the same. I'll just answer it. All right. So just market it, use paid ads, invite influencers, and if your podcast was really good, they would definitely promote it themselves on their own platforms, and through that you'll get a lot of audience. Second is, just paste your podcast link on a website, and so whenever someone comes, they can check out your podcast. Second is, link to your podcast to your YouTube channel. Promote your podcast via YouTube channel, via Facebook ads, via Twitter ads, via Instagram ads. So you are bringing the traffic to the podcast from different channels. So you can do that. All right. Yeah, simple things. Just use paid ads. I mean, that's it. Use organic. You can do once you build your audience. Then any episode you release, you get audience to listen to it. All right. So yeah, there are a lot of ways. I'll just link to an article where you can just check out in detail as to how to do it. All right. One more pro tip is to send a questionnaire. If you are doing an interview based podcast, send a questionnaire beforehand to the person whom you're interviewing. So I did that, and I got some insights, and that helps you to start a conversation pre-interview. All right, so you get to know the person, and that definitely makes the person feel that you definitely care and just not here for them to speak, and then you build a relationship from the starting. So make sure you just send a questionnaire with 3 4 questions you want to ask them before they come to your show, so that you become aware about it, right, as to what to ask them and how to introduce them, right, and what not to ask them, and giving your ID, or link to where your podcast will be recorded. Is it a YouTube video? Is it a streaming channel? So all right, do that. And yeah, um,
A few moments later.
now comes one of the most important sections. I think we have 4 questions who have the common element in them is, how do you invite consultants or influencers or people who are pretty much have done some amazing stuff in the digital marketing community, have added a lot of value to the community, have helped a lot with their courses, with their products, services, and their knowledge, their wisdom. So how do you connect with them, and how do you bring them to your interview? See, as I told when I started, the video, I didn't cold email everyone. I knew everyone since 1.5 years to 2 years. For example, I know Gaurav Bhai, I know Saurav Bhai, because I've been engaging with them. First is give, right? Like their posts, comment, engage with them in their DMs, buy their products, because you know that their products can bring value to you, and your knowledge can increase or improve. So connect with them. Don't just go and DM 100 people today and say, can you please come over my for an interview? I have a podcast. So they will say, why should I invest 1 hour of my good time where I can create an email funnel, or I can just run a Facebook ad for my newly created product? Why can't I do that? Do that? I'm sorry, and be on your show. I mean, it's an opportunity cost for me. So but you then have to grow your podcast too. So what do? You connect with them. I connected with Gaurav Bhai for since past 2 years. I'm connected with him. I mean, when I completed my DSIM course, marketing course from DSIM. So after a few months, I got connected with Gaurav Bhai, and since then I know him. I'm engaging with him in Messenger, in email, and I know that he is such an amazing person which can deliver a lot of value to my audience or the community where I promote this thing. And it was done. I mean, we have gotten more than 220 downloads on that particular episode. So Gaurav Bhai promoted it in his email. He promoted it in the group. Why did he do that? Because he knew that that 1 hour of episode was so valuable. It can help a lot of people. So same way you have to approach people like this. You don't have to just go and ask directly for an interview. They will reject you. They don't know you. Why would they invest the time with you? So don't be in that notion that I just went ahead and asked them and then they came on my show. It wasn't like that. I knew them from since past few months. I am engaging with Saurav bhai. Be it Saurav bhai, we know each other. Saurav bhai referred me a customer. Saurav bhai, I engaged with Saurav bhai's live videos. I bought his book. All right, I also endorse him in the sense I put my on my Instagram stories I put about him because I know that he's such an amazing person and he provides valuable information and insights on social media marketing. So my audience is some part of audience is of course people who want to learn digital marketing. So why won't I refer him or her to Saurav Bhai? Because we know that Saurav Bhai is doing amazing thing for the whole digital marketing community, right? So same way I recently interviewed Sanjay. Sanjay is an amazing person. We all know him. He's part of the Learn Digital Marketing Group. Of course, he is the co-founder of Pixel Track Digital with Deepak. And so Sanjay's, it's content marketer and an amazing person, amazing SEO person. So I know Sanjay Bhai for past since few months. We have met in the digital marketing meetup which was organized by Deepak. Since then, I have been in touch with him. He also referred me a customer, and that we are working with the customer or client right now. And thank you, Sanjay, for that. If you're seeing this video, and or listening to this podcast, all right, and yeah, so that's how you do it, guys. All right, don't think it's a cold ad. All right, you have to heat up the funnel. If I talk in the technical sense, you have to heat up the funnel. You have to engage with the content. You have to comment. You have to buy the I'm sorry, products and services. It's not compulsory to buy. Just review it. All right, so something which you can give, as Gary Vee says, um, give, and then ask. Don't tell them it's available for as a product. Ask them if they want to buy it. So I asked all of them, and then they agreed, and that everything made my day. All right, so just go ahead and start engaging with people, engaging with the domain experts, the authoritative leaders, thought leaders. Go and engage on LinkedIn, follow them, and after some time you can then have the authority or ask them ki, can you please come and share your insights, because we know that you have a lot to share and our audience will benefit from your information. So just go and do this, and I think definitely you would have more guests and interview based podcasts if you're doing that. So I hope this answered your question. And of course, and one more thing you can do, whatever podcast you record with an authoritative person, always promote that particular podcast, because people know that per person, and then when you promote it, they will definitely listen to it because they know, if I promote it related to social media, so people know Saurav Bhai and definitely they would listen to it. So if I do affiliate marketing, people know Gaurav Madan or Gaurav Bhai. If I do content marketing, so people know Sanjay. So that would increase your downloads, and people would listen to it more. All right. So that was it on the podcasting. I wish you all the best and start your podcast today, because audio is the future. I would say it once again. Gary Vee is emphasizing on it. Digital Pratik is emphasizing on it. So don't miss out on this opportunity. It's very easy to start a podcast today. Go to anchor.fm and start your podcast within 5 minutes. Start recording from your phone and record your first podcast episode today. And if you did, let me know in the comments below how was this video and how was your experience starting the first podcast. And if you found any value, just subscribe to my YouTube channel if you're watching this on YouTube. And thank you so much, the Learn Digital Marketing community on Facebook. It's amazing, and you guys rock it. And keep asking the questions. And I'll also be back with another episode on such interesting topics, so you can get value. All right, take care, everyone. Bye bye. See you.